Watch PunkTV.ca for all the best modern rock videos and interviews.
Hi, I'm John Wright from NomeansNo, and this is PunkTV.ca.
I'm Dixon Christie here from PunkTV.ca. I'm here with John from NomeansNo down at Lee's Palace on, what, Bloor Street?
In Cabbagetown.
In Cabbagetown, now a very wealthy part of Toronto.
That's right, yes. Up and coming.
So, there's a lot that's really changed over the last 25 years that you guys have been playing.
Oh yeah, oh totally. We probably played every club there is to play in Toronto, especially back in the 80s. It was, I couldn't even begin to list them. But Lee's, it's nice to be back here. We haven't been here for 8 years. But, yeah, things have changed over the years, definitely.
What about music? Are you still listening to punk rock?
I listen to a lot of different stuff. I'm not a music collector, but I've got 2 sons now, so I'm hearing all the British pop, and actually his favorite band is AC/DC, so I'm actually retrograding now. I'm back into the 70s again.
Top selling album of 2008, AC/DC's Black Ice.
Black Ice.
Yeah.
I've heard it about a zillion times.
Well, and you know what they did to sell so many copies is they made a deal with Walmart. So you could go into Walmart all across the United States and you could buy AC/DC mugs, AC/DC keychains, AC/DC everything. Is that okay?
Well, they're not going to sell CDs, so you might as well sell the mugs and the keychains. And there you go. There's your reason to download music. Right there. Right there.
It's unavoidable. Unavoidable.
Oh yeah. Well, like we're busy recording or busy writing. We actually have quite a few new songs. We're going to be playing a few new songs tonight. And our idea is that we're just going to do like some 12-inch singles. Put out a string of vinyl. Because yeah, CDs are they're definitely a thing of the past.
Vinyl is still selling, and one of the things that is still very interesting for diehard collectors is to go out and buy maybe like a 45 with a CD, or like a set of 2 12-inches, or special wax, or high quality, or something like that. You guys plan maybe releasing? Well,
the vinyl these days is really great. Virgin 180 gram. The records sound awesome. So we're going back in time again here. Back to the day when records were the shit. And but I think a lot of bands will put in like a download code, or they put a CDR or something in the vinyl. I mean, that's fine, but yeah, CDs are kind of whatever. And downloading music, download all you possibly can.
You guys are okay with that?
Absolutely okay with that. We've never. It's of course. The funny thing is touring. We've always relied on touring. We've been a touring band for 25 years, and record sales are just kind of the bonus. We've never sold tons and tons of records. So for us, it's just more of the same. But the thing that's making it difficult is like everyone else is going on tour because they're not selling any CDs anymore, and it's like booking tours is like getting even more crowded and hectic out there. It's that's the one big difference I've noticed is bands coming out of the woodwork. Everyone's touring, because they're not selling any CDs anymore.
We talked to a lot of these bands, and they're playing for per diem. They're sleeping on floors, and they're really aggressive, and they're playing for 200 shows a year, and I mean the kids are really willing to go out and do anything to sell their records these days.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
not sell the records, to sell their
not
work,
sell the records.
to just get some fans.
Well, it's kind of a weird, strange time because the internet certainly has made it so much easier for bands to expose themselves, and to the DIY thing has never been easier in that respect, and digital recording, everyone can get Pro Tools into their basement, desktop. I mean, everyone has access to this technology. But at the same time, it's like really hard to make a living, and it's and you have a million bands out there. I mean, all these bands always existed. It's just no one ever heard them. Now they're all out there, So it's really it's a sea awash in bands these days.
Well, not just that. One of the things that's kind of weird. Like the first thing you do when as a publisher, you get offered to interview a band, you check them out on MySpace, you check out their Reverb Nation. Yeah. You can really tell right away what a band is and what a band isn't doing.
Yeah.
And you can tell how hard they're working their fans. And so it gets to the point where you know, we have bands over, and maybe they're hanging out in our studio for a while, and they're all 4 or 5 of them on computers, all catching up on their Facebook, all catching up on their MySpace, all catching up on Reverb Nation, and really, I mean, for what, right?
Well, for their, you know, how do you describe their dreams, their ambitions, you know, it's a kind of a mindset that's hard for me. I'm 47 years old now, and it's like a mindset to live in this virtual world. Like you know, I'm not a computer idiot. I'm not a total Luddite. I use a computer every day to do business and whatnot. But like I have a son, for instance, 13, and he's just at that age where it's like every bit of technology has to be at his fingertips. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And to try to put yourself into that mindset, into that world, the world of the internet, the world of Facebooks and MySpaces, and it's just this whole social dynamic that is it's new for us, but it's normal for young people, right? And it's no different than passing notes in school, you know. It's like it's the same thing, but it's just on this scale unheard of, you know.
Well, like, do we need to Twitter people? That's what I'm wondering.
Well,
are you aware of Twitter?
Yes, but I mean, people have been mindlessly babbling at each other since the dawn of time.
All right, so NomeansNo, you guys are obviously touring right now, but back home, you're living in Vancouver right now.
Yeah.
You've got some new music that you guys have put together.
New songs. We got lots of new songs. I think we'll play hopefully 3 of them tonight. And we plan to do some recording in the spring. We got another European. We go to Europe all the time. It's, you know, that's kind of our bread and butter over in Germany there and whatnot. We got a bunch of festivals to do in the summertime, and then some touring down in the States in October, and then in November for the first time we've been invited and are going down to Brazil. Oh, you're tweeting again. Yeah. Going to Brazil and Argentina. So some new places for us to go to. As well, we kicked this year off by going to Japan, and we played a bunch of shows over there. So
wow,
getting busy. We didn't do anything in 2008. The Ausfart album came out, and we did about 170 some odd shows on that album, and took a bunch of time off in 2008. But the Hanson Brothers live album came out. And,
is that you too?
And oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be back through here in Toronto again next Saturday night at the Horseshoe, where we played a lot more at the Horseshoe lately. So actually being in Leeds is kind of cool. I like this place.
Did they shut it down for a while, or was it a different business for a while?
I don't know. I know that the Horseshoe people now own it.
Oh.
And they renovated a bit and stuff. It's a great room. I've got good memories from this room.
All right. So I know kids can check you out at myspace.com/MySpace is. Don't believe MySpace. MySpace is bad. What is it?
I've never been there.
Yeah, I know it says that you don't check it. And
no, I never check it.
Anyway, it's not myspace.com/NomeansNo.
And also there's the forum. We have our own NomeansNo forum on the NomeansWhatever.com.
Ah.
And there's a fan forum there, which is great, you know. It's like a little family, you know. Like we'd be driving around. There's people waiting for us ahead of time, arranging for places for us to stay, and we had this poster stolen from us in Portland last fall, and it got onto MySpace, and someone from the forum came to the Los Angeles show 3 days later with a brand new one he made up because he was a printer. Nice. You know, it's just amazing. It's like, here you go, I heard your poster was stolen, here's another one, you know.
So you do love technology.
Oh, well, it's pretty amazing.
All right. Which of the following experiences have you had? Have you seen the face of God? Have you had an alien encounter? Or have you seen a ghost?
I haven't had an alien encounter. The face of God. I'd say the face of God when I watched my sons being born.
The last question is, what would surprise kids most to learn about NomeansNo?
How fucking old we are. It's still relevant, kids.
Do you find that you have less to, less angst as you get older? Or do you have less to complain about?
No, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. It's, you know, just enjoy yourself until the Alzheimer's kicks in. We never went away. We never quit and reformed. We've been going at it steady since, 1980 was our first release. And our first tour across Canada, we did a little Western dates in '84 First time in Toronto was in '85. And where are you?
All right, no means no.
Watch PunkTV.ca for all the best modern rock videos and interviews.